This introduction to rapid strategic planning features a rapid worksite wellness strategic planning process at Health Resources in Action in Boston, Massachusetts. For the Working on Wellness Massachusetts program, worksites across the state will conduct a similar process with your Wellness Action Committee to create your plan of action for your identified priority area. This video will refer to the development of goals, objectives, and strategies. Your task will be to use this process to develop goals and objectives for your worksite wellness action plan.
Would you like someone who can provide tools for people to learn about something?
The rapid strategic planning process enables groups to get a lot of work done in a short period of time. Typically, strategic planning happens in approximately 6 to 8 months. With this rapid process, we can do a complete strategic plan in approximately 6 hours. We do this with community benefits groups from hospitals. We do this with local health departments. We do it with state health departments. We do it with everyday organizations. This works pretty much for everybody. When you go through a standard strategic planning process and you take 6 months to do that, sometimes you have people falling out throughout that time period. If I can generalize the success of this method, it's that people are able to not only get a full plan done in 6 hours, but they're able to maintain the momentum that's generated from participating in the process and carry that through to the implementation phase. We have people work in small groups to develop draft statements, whether that's a goal, whether that's an objective or a strategy. We always start out with a draft statement and we tell people, this is a draft. You don't have to feel like it has to be wordsmithed. You don't have to feel like it's permanent. It's not being put on the plan. That gives people kind of the flexibility and they're able to relax a bit to really just kind of generate ideas. So facilitators are going to take your draft goal and your draft goal feedback page, and we're going to rotate clockwise. You're going to leave your colored marker at your place. And so with your new group, you're going to read your draft goal and then ask this new group what they like about your draft goal, what they might change, and what they might add. One of the challenges that we find with doing this process is that if we have 3 to 5 priority areas, people are really conflicted about what priority area they're going to sit with. They say, oh, I work in violence, but I have a real passion for obesity. I really want to be in the obesity group, but I kind of came here as a representative of the violence group. And this method actually provides people the opportunity to say, you are going to be able to comment and give feedback on every priority area in this process. So even though you have a home, you're going to be able to give feedback on all of the priority areas, on all of the draft statements that are developed. And that really gives people a sense of, wow, I'm really not just invested in my priority area, I'm invested in this plan as a whole. Then we allow the groups, your home base, to kind of review the feedback that was given from all the other groups and modify or change your statement to make a final statement, a final goal statement, a final objective, a final strategy.
There was some feedback that you're not having access to, but also like encouragement.
So what I'm going to ask you to do now is rewrite your draft goal statement into a final goal statement. Okay? So we have 5 minutes to do that. In order to get all of this done in such a short period of time, everything needs to be time bound. So when you're working on developing goals, objectives, and strategies, people have to be given and stick to a very definitive time frame to do that. So there's not room for saying, oh, you can have 15 more minutes for this process. You really need to stick within the time frame to get it all done. You'll find that if you're facilitating a process like this, people might mention an idea or a thought. It might not be relevant to what you're doing in that 15, 20-minute time frame, but people oftentimes can't move beyond the fact that they want that thought captured somewhere in some way. So to be able to kind of fulfill that for them and capture ideas that come that might not necessarily fit, we always have a parking lot. So we say, that's a great idea, we're going to capture that thought, we're going to put it here in the parking lot, they get to see it visually captured, and they know that we're going to document that, and then they feel okay, we can move on. 1, 2, 3, HRA!